The next thing we're going to make is the second shoe in the bar shoe eliminator. It is a 3/4 fullered straight bar shoe made to fit a pattern. What I recommend when people are preparing for this class is to make bar shoes at home in 1/2-inch increments. So when you go to Calgary, you've made maybe 6 or 8 shoes and you've written the dimensions down in a book on a notepad. And when you get there, you can estimate the size of the foot when you see it or the pattern, and then you know what to cut. It'll give you a good idea. So it's a quick class. It'll be a minimum number of heats. So it'll bump and bend the toe bend, bend the bar, hockey stick it to create a corner for a straight bar, bend the branch, try and mark a full ring in the same heat. Inside branch, bend the bar, hockey stick it to give the corners, bend the branch and mark the crease. The next 4th heat should be a welding heat. Trying to keep the bar as straight as possible when you're bumping. So straight on. Bend a nice toe bend for the pattern. Clean up your forging. Keeping your anvil clean at all times. Mark the full ring. We've got our toe bend and we've got our full ring marked. The next thing we're going to do is bend the heel to about 45 degrees, hit it on the end to make it like a hockey stick, and that'll form a square corner for a straight bar. Bend it to 45 degrees. Forge it back into itself to form a square outside corner. I normally back it into itself about 1/3 of the way, about 1/3 of the distance you've turned. Shape my front plate. Flatten it over the horn just to put a bit of shape in the straight bar. When you place it for one side, you've got to place it for the other side to get it the same shape. The better we prepare the bar, the better our finished shoe. We'll forge up the hemming. While it's got a bit of heat on it, I'll do half my full ring. I'm trying to combine steps to save time later. Nice finish. We got half the bar down, half the shoe down. At this point, when we line up the shoe on the anvil with the toe balanced, the center of the bar should be meeting the center of the toe. Bend the heel to about 45 degrees. Hockey stick it back into itself, about 1/3 of the way. Don't pick up or you'll lose the corner. Keep the branch down on the anvil and drive the corner to the anvil. Make sure you get it in the same place so you get the same shape. Scarf it. Bend your branch. Make sure it overlaps the right way. I want the left one on top of the right one. Scarf it. And get half your full ring done. Work the edges. Flatten it. And get it ready for welding. And our scarves lined up. So right now we should basically have the finished shape. We'll have the center of the toe lining up the center of the bar, the toenail lining up with the heel, the toenail lining up with the heel. Right now the bar's a little bit narrow, but by the time I've welded it, the corner of the bar will be in the right place. Just fluxing it while it's hot so the flux melts on. You flux it too cold, when you put it in the fire, it just rubs off. But in Calgary, don't get it down into the fire pot, because that's where you'll get a lot of clinker and you'll pollute the weld. So it's keeping it basically level with the table. Our welding heat, tap it together, start taking the scarf in, work the scarf in. Over the horn to straighten the back of the shoe, forge the shape of your frog support. I turn it towards me to start the little frog support. I can see it easily. I'm in line with my frog. Get the back straight, because it says straight bar. After one welding heat, you can see that it's there, but I don't have much to do. The weld's almost finished. The bar just needs a bit of cleaning up, second weld clean up, and I'll rasp the bar at the same time. Final welding. Shape of a frog plate a little bit. Get it flat. Frog plate for the last time. Those there I can tighten up the point, and there I can tighten up the point. Straighten the bar a little bit, and then straight to the vise. This is a case of rasping it up, but we're probably not going to have time to file it up. Nice shape in the branch before we fuller it. Clean the shoe up, work the edges. Flatten it. Again, you make the decision if you've got enough time to rasp. I don't want to have to take special heats to rasp, but if I've got enough time, I'll go straight to the vise now and give it its final rasping. Still warm. Like I said before, every time you take an extra heat, you're taking extra time off the anvil or off the vise. Blow your branch, get as much of the final shape there as you can before you fuller it or finish fullering it. Get your fullering to end in the same place on both sides. Make my toenail, my heel nail across from it, and the other one. Unless it's specified to the left or right, then you'd move your heel nail forward. Level it. Work the edges. Flatten it for the last time. After I fuller, I always clean my nail holes out with a stamp because the fuller pushes material down into the hole. Okay, final level. Now we'll rasp it. Back on the anvil, we'll just clean our nail holes so we can check them for the nail that we've selected. I've selected an MX60, Mustad MX60 for this. For this seating. Give it one heat now just to give it its last wire brush. Yep, nails fit. And there we've got a finished shoe fit an MX60. And what I would be doing now, I'd be taking the dimensions and writing them down. So when I get to Calgary, I'll have a list of shoe sizes that I can look at when the class comes along.